super excited to learn more about these awesome guests that we have on the show. And in case you're interested in being on this show, you should reach out to Ari. She's there in our chat there at the bottom, making all the magic happen behind the scenes. Today on the show, we've got Emoji J, longtime friend of the show, longtime community member. We're going to learn more about the tech, games, and stuff he's been playing, as well as some interesting details. We've got Cass on the show today, a rising star, someone who's making some waves in the community. We're going to find out more about what she's been up to, and a few interesting facts, some things I definitely didn't know. And then lastly, we've got Jubilee, just staying so happy. Isn't that, wasn't Jubal to be happy? Something like that. Well, I'm happy that she's on the show, and this show happens every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're curious, if you want to be on the show, you're saying, well, what's the requirement? What do I got to do in order to be on this? All we ask is that you have an interesting story to share. Many people want to promote themselves, but let's take it a step further. What is it that you want to share? Do you have a fun fact, maybe a crazy situation that you were in once? Those are all perfectly acceptable situations to get you on the show. At this time, if Emoji J would please request the box, he's the first one up on deck. Now, one last thing I'll say before we get in that conversation with Emoji J is that during these conversations, you may notice that we at times don't acknowledge the chat. And by at times, I mean all the time. And it's not because we're ungrateful. It's not because that we want to be rude. It's because I want to make sure that we're showing the most amount of respect possible to our guests during their slots, during their conversations. But in the meantime, during the show, I may take a moment to stop and say thank you, like we're going to do right now, to people like Tough Conversation, to people like Gina, to Emoji J, and Cass herself, two of our guests that we've got this evening. On that note, we're going to bring our first guest to the box, someone who knows all about tech and then some, the one, the only Emoji J. Welcome, my friend. How you doing?
Hi, Chris. How you doing, man? I
It's
appreciate
it's good to
it
it's
being.
good to see you. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's been a few years, right?
it's been a couple years, and also this is a very cool background that you've got set up for your box. Is that what we'll call it? Yeah.
Yeah, so I was trying to animate one of the images so you would see like winking and the heads moving around, but I didn't have enough time to do that because I just thought about that at the last minute. But I think it would have been great if I could have pulled that off before the show.
I I think it looks fantastic, and thank you for taking the time to be so intentional about it. So, Emoji J, we've got a lot of topics to tap into, but the thing I want to know about to begin with is you not only are interested in technology, but specifically you've had an interesting experience within a movie set, which can incorporate technology. What was your experience that you had on a movie set?
So it was an indie film, right? It's a movie called Mind Forest. It's nothing to watch. So if you guys want to go search it, I wasn't an actor on it or anything. I just helped with the background production on it. But it's not a class A. It's not a class A movie, right? You're not gonna
Okay.
find it in the
What's the
theater.
gist? If people are gonna search it, what's the gist of what it's about?
Basically, the woman is a witch and has a daughter, and it's spooky. It's interesting, kind of corny because it was a B-rated indie movie.
Okay. Well, it's about the attempt. We all got to start somewhere. Was that your first
Right.
time working on a movie set?
Yes, it was my first time working on a movie set. I did learn a lot, from the various different production people that were on the set, and it was a fun time.
What were you responsible for? What were you on set for?
Honestly, I was on set to learn to be hands-on and to experience what it was like to, be on a set of a movie because I was going at one point in that direction, but I decided to steer off of that direction.
Oh, so it's for you were interning like for film production.
Well, not interning, I was helping out a friend and I was learning in a sense at the same time.
Okay. Well, I mean, hey, like I said, we start somewhere. Did that
Right.
experience on that movie set change the direction for you? Did you say, "Hey, maybe movies aren't for me"?
Yeah, kind of, but I along the lines of, hey, I still want to kind of do stuff with, technology and making say movie clips for people, and I've been dabbling into music videos. I know you're into music a lot because I really like your band. Just saying.
Uh, hey, I appreciate that. You're already on the show, man. You're
Right.
already on the show.
Right. Exactly. Exactly my point. No, but seriously, I'm into making music. I make AI music, and I've been making music videos for friends. And
Oh, well, hold up. Before
yeah,
we go any further, let's hit the favorite button on Emoji J. Maybe not, because we're talking about AI music right now. Let's get into this topic. This is an interesting one. Emoji J, you have listed actually that you like to create AI music. What is your case? How do you defend the creation of AI music? What's your position?
my position is, yeah, we're not playing an instrument. I guess it is an instrument per se, because we still have to direct the way the AI, generates the music, generates the outcome of the music, and how you want it to be sound. You're still
Sure.
creating something. You're still inventing something, and it's not, actually playing instruments like the standard traditional way. But AI is picking up in the industry today as well.
It is. What would you say to someone who has a negative reaction to that? What is your word or how do you approach that conversation?
A lot of people are afraid that AI is going to take over the industry of people's jobs and different aspects of say music production as well. Um, Everybody's been afraid of some sort of technology in the past, right? And I say it's something new. You're just gonna have to embrace it because it's not going anywhere.
Sure. I don't know that that'll go over well with many crowds,
Right?
but
No, I get
it
you.
is
Absolutely.
it is a way to explain it. What would you like to do with it? Because there are some stigmas around producing it. It's still early adopter. Where would you like to take AI music for yourself?
I would actually like to combine. I would like to actually create and produce a full blown movie using AI.
Okay. That's come up recently. In fact, Spotify recently got into some pretty hot water. Do you have a hot take on that with the recent controversy around Spotify allowing AI music and the amount of streams it's been getting?
I actually have a song that was published to AI using a distribution. Um, I mean, people are gonna make money however they wanna make money. I know some people are saying, "Oh, hey, we're real bands, we're real artists. We actually record all of the music and everything, and you just do it in an instant with a prompt." You know what I mean? But it's a lot more than that, and people need to realize it. Yeah, it can hurt the industry, and it can help the industry at the same time.
I do agree with that. I agree that it can be a tool. I also think that there are people who aspire or have respect for others, when it comes to, like, creating music, and they want to be a part of the conversation, they want to feel included. I think the counter argument is many people look at it as, like, a shortcut, cheating, and there's many sides to it. I'll remain neutral in this conversation, but right now, one thing I won't be neutral on is telling you to hit the favorite button on Emoji J. He's our first guest. Don't forget, we still have 2 other guests. We have Cass and Jubilee, as you can see, so conveniently advertised by Emoji J right there. This suit up, it's every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Emoji J, when you're not on movie sets and creating music, I know that you still have run-ins with some celebrities. How have you been so fortunate to run into so many celebrities?
I know some people that work for KFI. I'm hearing cross audio right now.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
No,
I'm trying to I'm
I've got you. I got you.
I'm trying to
Keep
keep
going though.
the
So
conversation out
you've
of
got
my.
some. If you can jump out of the box real quick and hop
Yeah, I'll
back
jump
in,
out and jump
I'll give it
back
another
in.
shot that way. I just did my show plug too. That's the problem. So that's I just did the show plug. I guess it's coming from my end though. But regardless, we're still enrolling with the show. Coming back to the box, the one, the only Emoji J. I do apologize. I know that the cross audio is catching you here. But
Understand.
tell us about some of the celebrities that you've met. We'll just
Um,
pretend we're in a bar having to talk over people.
so I met George Takai. I met Michael C. Hall from Dexter. I met who else? Met Mel Brooks as well. That was an interesting time, and a few others. But I'm also friends with Jeffrey Weissman, who was on Back to the Future part two, but it was George McFly in the part two and part three. So
Wow. And was one a standout experience, or did one feel like it was more special than some of the others?
yeah, probably the guy who played George McFly, because his son and I hung out in real life in San Diego, so it's kind of like a close connection to the family. So it's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. I am going to restart my stream Emoji J. I wanna make sure that we're having the most respect for your time while we're here. So if you're still here, you wanna hear more about Emoji J, Cass, and Jubilee, still a lot more show, I'm gonna restart my stream and send a message to the higher ups. So I'll be right back.
That would be amazing. Thank
Much
you.
love. I'll be right back. Okay. So if you ever experience that issue, if you want to send that message over to me, we can timestamp and look at your stream. That helps us to identify when it specifically happens. So that way we can get the issue resolved. But one thing that we have not resolved has been our conversation that we're having with Emoji J. He's there in the box. Please do hit the favorite. Okay, let's start that part of our conversation over again, my friend. You were mentioning the celebrities that you've met. Can you please go back over them for us?
Yeah, so the main ones that I met, a lot of not A-list celebrities, but Michael C. Hall, I met Michael C. Hall, I met Mel Brooks, and I met Jeffrey Wiseman, who played George McFly in Back to the Future Part Two.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
And then you already told us which one is your favorite, but I won't spoil it. So
right.
who did you say was your favorite?
Jeffrey Wiseman, because I
Okay.
hung out with his son before in real life, so quite a few times. So
That's really cool. That's really cool. And that possibly even tied into some of that movie aspiration that you had. Is that true?
exactly, yeah, absolutely. It was
Yeah,
definitely an inspiration. Just want to know the ins and outs of it, and see if I can take on a venture on my own someday. Not maybe full on production set, but maybe I can do something cool with AI.
definitely. Definitely. And you are making that happen one way or another. One way is in this community. And I know that you have had a unique experience in that there was a point in your life where this became an outlet where you could stay connected with the real world, connect with people. I know it was a lower point in your life. So, whatever the comfortability is to talk about it, tell us a little bit about that story.
Right. So 8 years ago, living in Utah, I actually got up one night, used the restroom, and just collapsed. For don't know why. They still don't know why to this day.
Wow.
And I ended up in rehab for a good 6 months, and that's when I started really, connecting with you and other people in community and trying to get, to know people more, because I really had no way of socializing because I was stuck in a nursing home, because that's where rehab is a nursing home. And so just dealing with that, and this happens, has helped a lot. It's helped me with my second divorce as well. And I'm very thankful for the friends that I've made on this app.
Yeah. I'm many times on record quoting that this is real life, that this is it blurs the line, even though it's virtual and I'm talking to you through a screen through your webcam. This
Right.
is still very real. Over the how many years have I known you? Nearly 8 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and that's a
I was on your show once before too, and
yeah.
I think that was since when I was coming out of the hospital. I was on your show.
Right. And we're so happy that you're in better health, that things are better, and that's your sharp dress. Thank you for suiting up on Suited Up. So
Yeah, I did what I could in short notice, right? I was gonna
no,
get
you're
people to
you're looking
mention
fly,
that.
my friend. You're looking fly. You're
I
looking good.
appreciate it.
By the way, something that would be fly is if you were to hit. Can I get away with that? Yeah, that sounds cool. Hit the favorite button on Emoji J. We're still cruising through this conversation. Cass and Jubilee are still up on deck. I still want to explore this part of the conversation more because for people who are newer to the community, they may not have much buy-in or belief that this really can have that level of impact. Do you remember there being a moment or something that specifically stuck out during that time where you really realized how the community or how you in turn were coming or gluing together?
Yeah, it's just the support that I have from people. is amazing. I made lots and lots of awesome friends throughout the years. You know what I mean? Like it's for male that doesn't really stream. I do stream now 24/7, but starting out 16,000 favorites, that's pretty good. I mean, you know,
It's
um,
it's a lot of consistency that's built up.
right.
You've even had. I'm sorry. Go on. Go on.
No, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say it's also spiraled, or I should say snowballed in some really special moments. You've had happen to you one of the most coveted experiences of all of the apps, which is hitting something special on a chocolate bar. Tell us about that.
Me on the spot with that one because that's gonna be funny. That's gonna be a funny story. So I was going to an appointment. I went to an appointment, a doctor's appointment, and I was gonna go convert some diamonds to drop on somebody. And I wasn't even home when it got hit. Okay. And I looked at my diamond count and I'm like, a million diamonds. What the heck?
For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about or what we're talking about with a chocolate bar, we every now and again roll out a special chance on a chocolate bar where you can pull a golden ticket that's worth 1 million diamonds. And Emoji J hit that. So what were you in disbelief?
I was in disbelief. Lucifer got it on me. I appreciate it. I've been with Lucifer fam for a while, NYA fam, and a couple other families.
Yeah.
And Lucifer hit it. He spun a wheel left, and then came back, did the chocolate bar, left again, and then he's like, "Why did my level go up? What's going on?" And then realized he hit the golden ticket on me. Nobody got a recording. I wasn't even here when it happened.
Your
So
kid, you were off camera?
I was off camera. I didn't see it. I was at my doctor's appointment. So
Emoji
gotta
J.
love, gotta love that,
No.
right?
Emoji J. We got some talking to do. That's crazy. That's so
Right.
crazy.
It's
But
still though the experience, even just seeing that amount, in my account, the diamond clip was
yeah,
wow
yeah,
factor.
it really is special. And I'm really happy that it happened to you. But we're gonna have to talk about the timing. Emoji J, for every conversation, I like to make sure that if there's something that's important to you or something that you would hope people would know about you through being on this show, is there anything that you'd like to say or talk about?
Yeah, I like to shout out my friends really quick if that's possible. If we have time for that, it's gonna
Yeah,
be
yeah.
fast.
Shout a couple people out.
I'd like to thank Neon Princess, Charlie, Garden Girly, Tantric, Lucifer, um, all the people that I hang out with, all the people on a regular basis. Slush, Grandpa Slush, yeah, he's still around, believe it or not. But
I
yeah,
didn't hear that.
you
I
didn't
didn't
hear
hear
that.
that. I didn't hear
You didn't hear that. Okay, but Lexi too,
that.
Brody, all the people that I know. I know too many people, right? So it's a lot to list. It's a lot. The community has really been there for me. Down times, up times, and just been there all around. Been there for me.
Yeah. You're a good dude, man. I'm happy that you're in this community. If I had to think of a short list of people who really put themselves in here and help to shape the narrative, whether it's helping new streamers or just trying to push the progress of what we have available to streamers, I know that you help to try to help lead this conversation. So thank you for being a community member. Thank you for being the person you are, and thank you for being a good friend to so many people.
I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you, Chris, for having me on the show.
For sure.
And
Much
again,
love. If you have not, again, please do hit that favorite button on Emoji J. He's right there in the box. Thank you so much for being here, my friend.
thank
Definitely. That's Emoji J. This is Suited Up. Happens Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My hair is extra flat because I did decide to take a shower today and my hair is still wet. And I know it's a thing that you may not expect of me, but I decided I wanted to be clean today. So, every once in a while. Every once in a while, I also do say thank you to these gifters. But before I do that, if we can get our second guest on deck, I believe it's Cass. Cass, if you'll please request the box. Yes, congratulations to me on having basic hygiene. I also want to say thank you to these 10 folks. You may have snuck in. If you were the top gifter before, I'm so sorry. I know that we had to restart. But these top 10 right now, we've got Lux. the one and only Mel Bell, Worship Me, Cass herself, who will be joining us in just a moment. We have I Am Bizzo, Valkyria, the one and only Brody himself, Party, Click, and Ice Goddess, who also does not like to be on camera. If you want to be on the show, please reach out to Ari. She's somewhere hanging out. She's a great person. She helps get the show booked. And also a thank you special to you for being here. You could be choosing to doing anything in the world. You're choosing to be here watching the show, supporting these great people. Coming up next is someone who is so nice. You got to say it twice. Cass, baby, Cass, welcome to the
Hi,
show. How you
Chris.
doing, Cass?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I like your jacket that you got behind you.
It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. Cass, yeah, Cass Bebe. Now, is that your government? Where is it first name Cass, last name Bebe?
Well, like first name Casserole, last name Bebe.
Got it. Okay, see, you got to get the full government. See, I am
Right.
Chris, but the full name's Christofferson, so you got to
Of course,
be
of course.
smart. Got to be smart. Um, we got a lot of things to talk about today, casserole, Bebe. So let's make sure that we have enough time to talk about it all. One of the things I wanted to talk about, I was hoping that we wouldn't even have to mention. So we're gonna see if it happens by the end of our conversation today.
Okay.
No spoilers, no spoilers. Okay, so the first thing I'd like to talk about is that you're a creative. You're someone who not only likes to articulate their words with through sound, but through the pen. Tell us about that a little bit.
I'm sorry, one more time.
That was a long-winded way of saying you write poetry. It's, can you tell us about that,
I do
please?
not write poetry.
Oh my gosh, I had my guest order out of order. You also
I
don't
was like,
snort when you laugh. Yeah. Welcome.
it's okay, Chris. Let's try again.
I'm new to doing this thing. Never in my life have I hosted a show.
I can pretend like
Fun fact: you are a high energy individual. Some may associate it with the beverages that you drink. Tell us a little bit about the minor addiction that you have.
The minor addiction I have to Red Bull, which you will always see me with the bendy straw,
With
a Red Bull in hand. If you know, you know.
Okay. Why Red Bull? Why the bendy?
Okay, so I used to drink Monster when I was in like middle school, and then I figured, okay, we're growing up. We need to do a big kid drink, and that's Red Bull. Okay. Whoever drinks Monster still, it's not it.
Would you believe me if I told you I had a white monster at the gym today?
I would judge you terribly.
Well, I can feel the judgment happening right now. You know, here's the difference is with a monster, you get a lot more volume. Celsius and Red Bull, they're so much smaller.
Chris, this is the size of my head.
I don't think that's safe.
What do you mean it's smaller?
I think they make the Red Bull smaller because it's supposed to be more potent or something. Now, if I were to have a Red Bull, it's typically with another drink added to it. That happens to power me through some of the least memorable nights of my life.
I
But for
also
you,
enjoy those beverages as well, but it's also good without.
I agree. I do like a solid Red Bull. If you were handed another Red Bull besides the regular one, what would be the second choice?
Coconut. Coconut is like my second favorite all time. And that thanks to PCX. I'm gonna give PCX his shout out there. He got me started on coconut Red Bull.
I think in general we can all agree that they're just probably things we shouldn't be drinking at all. But but you can have your Red Bulls in moderation or daily, I guess it's for you.
And it just tastes better out of a bendy straw. I don't care what it is. I honestly drink everything with the straw.
You do?
Better. Yes.
Now, I actually am about to invite a second guest to the box, George A. Turtle, who has a pending case against the. No,
you probably do. Even my water, people judge me daily in my stream because I have a bendy straw in my water bottle.
Do you reuse the bendy straw?
No, so literally in my desk right next to me, I have a bag. of bendy straw
Why not a metal straw, Cass?
because it doesn't taste as good.
Neither does dead turtles. Moving on. If you have not hit the favorite button on Cass, baby, make sure that you're hitting the favorite button on her. She's there. I hear people drink through straws because they think it makes their teeth safe. Is that true? Do you do it for your teeth?
Honestly, no. I really just think that it tastes better through a straw.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to bite your style, but I will judge it. Make sure that you're hitting the favorite button on Cass Bebe. She's there in the box. She's our second guest this evening on the show. Okay. Another interesting fact that you got through a trip powered by Red Bull, probably with your whole family. Tell us about why did you make this cross country trip?
So I was actually married to somebody in the military. So we left my whole family in California, relocated to Georgia, and now I live in Georgia and my whole family is in California.
And that was to be in a romantic. There was a romantic thing going on.
Right. Yes.
I guess marriage is romantic.
I mean, it is. It's pretty romantic.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't get more serious than that, right? It's like, yeah, I guess you could say we were
I guess we
married
kind of liked each other just a little bit.
a little bit at the time.
Right.
Okay, so you made this trip across country. Did you do it? See, did you do it by yourself, or you said your whole family went?
It was just me, my husband, my two kids, and
Okay,
two dogs
that
and
is
two cats and one car.
that is a family, isn't it? Man, you can tell. I've been in a different situation most of my life. It, was it scary leaving the rest of your family? I'm assuming behind.
It was scary then, and honestly, it's still scary now. There's times where I'm like, I could really use my family right now, but also like, I'm glad that they're not here.
I hope none of them are watching right now. She didn't mean it.
Love you guys.
This is it's just hot takes for the sake of viewers, right? Right. Okay.
Right.
But you're at where you're at now. Life progresses, different things happen,
Right.
and you wrote down as a fun fact. Well, I guess a scary fact is that when you found out you're going to be a single mom. So is this story all tied together with a Maury style twist, or
It is
what's going on here?
all tied together.
Okay,
Basically, like I said, he was in the military. He tragically passed away, which is actually what brought me to this app. Just like a
Wow.
sense of belonging, a sense of family, a sense of connection with people.
Well, I'm so sorry, number one, to hear that. All high energy, jokey Chris aside, I'm very sorry to hear the circumstance. For you, going through a situation like that, unimaginable. You said that that's how you got here. You stayed here. Tell us a little bit about what you found. I see a lot of hearts in the chat right now that is normally invisible to me.
Basically, whenever I joined the app, I didn't ever want to stream. I was like, I'm just going to be a gifter. I'm going to support people and I'm going to bring people happiness in a time where I didn't feel happy. And seeing other people happy, that made me happy.
That's, I'm sorry, keep going, but I do want
No,
to talk
you're
more
good.
about that.
Keep going.
Well, that seems selfless, and honestly, something I don't know that many people would be able to do. Is that a trait that you've had throughout your life, where when you're down, you're looking to lift others up?
I would say so, yes.
Where do you think that comes from?
Honestly, I don't know. I like for as long as I remember always being like the friend who was there for everybody, even and when I didn't think I could be there. When my mental health wasn't good, I'm always going to be there to check on yours.
Mm. It's special that you can do that. I paused there because there's a saying about in order to fill others' cups, yours has to be full. But you seem to almost live on the opposite end of that. Was your cup able to be filled being here, or have you met people that have helped you through that?
I honestly believe being here has made me into an even better person than when I got here. And I also, every person I come across, I try to leave them in a better place than when I found them. And I think that just being around all of these people and meeting different individuals has helped me do that.
Wow, wow. And if you want to be part of that journey or be one of those people, make sure that you're hitting the favorite button on Cass, a roll, Bebe. She's there in the box. She's our second guest. Don't go anywhere. We also have Jubilee and a lot more details to talk about with Cass. Something that would have helped earlier are your quick wits when I was fumbling the bag on you writing poetry that you don't write. You
No.
have you have listed as a particular skill that you consider yourself quick-witted but serious when needed. Will you tell us more about that?
Yes. So I consider myself to just be a silly, goofy girl all the time. But sometimes things get a little serious and I'm able to have a straight face and be serious when I need to be. A
Yeah.
silly, goofy girl.
A Silly Goose is a band,
Exactly.
actually. It's a bunch of like 20 somethings who follow other bands around and play in parking lots. Really cool story. But for you, you're not doing that. But the thing that is interesting is you are someone who considers themselves, or you do have social anxiety, which again seems totally opposite of everything that you've just described. So
I
can you
know.
explain to us how that plays out and how it affects you?
Yeah, so today's social anxiety is brought to you by me fidgeting and Red Bull. I feel like
I'm gonna
Red
be honest,
Bull.
I don't think the Red Bull helps it. I think
I
the
think
Red Bull
it
might be the
does.
cause.
I really think it does. I
Oh,
think it
okay,
helps.
we're gonna support you. But tell us more about it.
My
So, it,
emotional support Red Bull. It really helps me talk to other people and focus when I have something to fidget with. I have something to focus on, and sometimes that's my straw. That's my hair. Just random things, and that's what gets me through it.
let me tell you a cool fact too about Red Bull. This is not sponsored. Is that they upload more media than any other company in the world. They have more video time footage than any other company in the world, more than like Universal or movie production studios. It's because the mass amount of content that they film and that they upload. I think it's pretty cool. They do
I,
everything but make drinks, I guess. I don't know.
they make the best drinks, Chris. You
They
forgot.
make the they make the best drink. But for you, back to this social anxiety thing, I would like to get inside your mind just a little bit to understand. Is it that you're afraid you might say the wrong thing, or what? Give us more detail.
I've always had the curse of not thinking before I speak. So my sister one day was like, "Do you not ever think before you talk? Like, you can't just say that." And I think ever since then, I've been so inside my head. I'm like, okay, I have to think now. Like, we can't just speak, I guess.
I think you've done a great job. So I'm gonna have to try and pull a reversal on whatever your sister said that one time, way long time ago. That wasn't very nice, and it's had drastic effects. Okay, last detail I'll talk about here because this topic can go pretty far. You have been a boss badge a few times.
Yes, twice.
Boss badge is one of the most difficult. It is the rarest badge on the app. We only have a handful of them on purpose as a very limited number. Why go to those lengths? And I'm not telling you to not. Thank you for what you've done. I have a job. But why go to those lengths? What is it about the people, or what is it that you found?
I think kind of like what I talked about earlier, I found a sense of belonging with the people that I love here, that I've met here, and seeing them happy and achieve their goals. It makes me happy and it makes me feel like I'm achieving goals with them.
Wow. Like being a ultra supporter, but with diamonds.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. And you get a cool jacket. So you've got the
And I have the
jacket
duffel bag. I have both, you guys. They're both
and the
super
duffel bag.
cool.
Can I tell you a secret that I have never revealed?
Of course.
Only you can hear it though. Like this is just
Okay,
between us.
everybody close your
Okay.
ears.
I happen to have the prototype bag. I do. I have the prototype bag
So is
for the
it the
duffel.
same as what they actually released?
I have never seen the one they
What?
released. These I knew the prototype was just chilling around. I was like, hey, where's that bag
Okay,
at?
Chris, after the show, when the show is over, if you're still going to be on, I'm going to bring my duffel bag and I'm going to show you.
Okay, I would really like to see that. Um, all right, so per every conversation that we have on here, I like to make sure that every guest walks away knowing that they've talked about something that's important to them or valuable, or at least a reflection of what they want to be represented. So, is there anything about you or that you have going on that you'd hope to talk about tonight?
Yeah, first and foremost, I just want to remind everybody, be kind to yourself, be kind to your mind, be kind to your spirit, and leave everybody in a better position than where you found them. Also,
That's nice.
cast for top edge, you guys.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. We don't use that kind of language on this stream. All right.
Okay.
No, Cass. Let's talk about that though. So you want to make a run for the top badge. Why top badge? What does it stand for you?
I feel like for me, it stands for the sense of community that I found, for the sense of belonging. And I would just love to be that person and continue to grow in the community.
Love that. Love that. Well, hey, if you want to be part of the cast movement, make sure that you're hitting the favorite button on her. She's there in the box. Thank you for being vulnerable, talking about the positive experiences that you've had, the people you've met, and we're rooting for you on your journey.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Absolutely. Much love. Cass with the duffel bag right there. This is Suited Up. It happens Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope you hit the favorite button on her. Great person, great individual, doing a lot to support others, even when she sometimes needed a little help and support herself. I'd like to say thank you to you for watching right now. There's anything in the world that you could be doing right now. You could be organizing your Pokemon cards. Maybe you are. Maybe this is in the background while you do that. Let me know over there. Not that I can see your chat. That's a conspiracy. But I'd also like to say thank you to these 10 folks. By the way, Jubilee, if you'd be so kind to please request the box. You're next up on deck. First off, thank you to Lux, Mel Bell. Oh, that's changing. Mel Bell, Worship Me, Willow, Cass, I Am Bizzo, Valkyria, Brody, Click, Party, and Ice Goddess. Thank you so much for all the support, all the love over here. This is a show that happens Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's where you can get to know your favorite streamer a bit more, even if it's your first time seeing them. We've already had two amazing guests on the show. We had Emoji J as well as Casserole. That was breaking news here on the show. Full government casserole, as well as our third guest coming up right now, person who stays happy, and we're going to get to know them just a bit more, the one, the only, Ms. Jubilee. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi, Jubilee. How you
Hi.
doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, and I'm super excited that you're here. Okay, let's just start with the spoilers because I did spoilers. You are someone who likes to articulate themselves not only with their words but with the pen, or spoken word with the pen. How'd you get started in poetry?
Well, I have a sorry, I'm so
I'm going to
nervous. Sorry.
rebox you, Jubilee. I'm
I'm
gonna
so nervous
rebox.
right now.
Sorry,
Um,
I'm gonna rebox you real quick. I I had a little thing going on there, so we're going to rebox Jubilee. Sorry about that. Jubilee, please do re-request the box. Ari, if you happen to be in the chat, make yourself known. Ari helps us book this show each and every week. She put on these fantastic folks tonight. And tonight, we're having a great time. We're going to bring back to the box the one and only Jubilee. Hey, Jubilee.
Hello.
Jubilee, do you happen to have two devices open?
No, I do not.
Hmm.
Um,
I'm going to refer to the chat real quick. Can you hear two Jubilees right now? All right, I'm going to deal with it because I can do that. All right, we hear one Jubilee. That's fine. So Jubilee number one that I'm hearing. Tell us about that poetry that you do.
oh, I do have a master's in English, and so I've been writing since I was little. I've been reading since I was little, so it's, you know, the whole thing where your parents read to you all your life, and I don't know, poetry seems to be like the truest form of expression. So I love writing poetry mostly.
Yeah, let's slow it down a little bit, explore that because there are many ways to express ourselves. And I think poetry is an especially a vulnerable one. Because one, it's left up to interpretation, meaning we put out this version of ourselves, or sometimes it doesn't always have to be about ourselves, but in some cases it is. and then it's left up to interpretation. How did you find that to be a medium that you wanted to express yourself?
Well, again, I think poetry is like the most rawest form of expression. And so if you find, I don't know, a scene outside when you're in nature, or if you have a best friend that you just want to express how much they mean to you, or even if your heart is broken, it's so much easier to write a few words. They don't have to rhyme. I'm not really into rhyming. I'm not very good at rhyming, but I think expressing yourself as much as possible is such a way to go.
Yeah, I agree. I may or may not have written some not so great poetry in my life, so I can sort of kind of
Well,
relate.
what my English lit teacher always told me, there is no bad poetry, only
No,
bad audiences.
I think your professor may have been what some call a liar. If you have not, make sure that you're hitting the favorite button on Jubilee. She's there in the box. She's our first guest this evening. How would you describe your style of writing?
I would say it's more of a free flowing freestyle. It's not really structured. I do write some structured poetry, like I will take somebody's name, and write a whole poem, and then when you look down the line, it's spelling out their name. That's the only kind of structure I do. Like it's more just freestyle, with like mostly imagery, so romantic,
That's
some mostly.
that's really interesting because again, whether it's Cat in the Hat or I don't know, the every journey starts with 1,000 Vanessa Carltons. She wrote 1,000 miles, right? Right. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That that was like layers of trying to make a joke, and I hope I stumbled down the stairs gracefully. But for you, you've got the poetry that you do. How far have you taken it? You said you got a master's. That's quite the commitment
Yeah.
in English. Have
Mhm.
you started to form that into a career? Have you tried to publish? How far have you taken it?
You know what? I haven't, and I don't know why. I think it's mostly nerves and the fear of rejection. But being as old as I am, it takes a while. But I always figured like a lot of the great authors out there, like J.K. Rowling, she started when she was in her late 40s. You know what I'm saying? So like I think a lot of people, they just kind of take their time and kind of get into it. Hopefully one day I'll publish, and you guys will see me as a published author maybe someday soon. That would be nice.
I I have some great news too. Is that a wise professor once said, "There's no such thing as bad poetry." So if you take that lesson, you got nothing to worry about. And
True.
and we would all be here to support you. Maybe
Aw.
you could. Have you ever thought about doing like a pseudonym?
Well, okay, so what I'm not creative at is names. I mean, when people do their name changes on here, I have no idea. This is actually my name, because my mom was kind of a hippie, back in the day. So this is really actually my name. It's just something I don't know. So I mean, I don't know, pseudonym. I just kind of like my name. It's a really great conversation starter. People tend to remember my name, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I would just stick with it.
Yeah, brave of you to use the real name too. I don't know that you'll be able to hide with that one, so good luck to you.
No.
But no, I I do like it. I do like it, and you are a very happy, Jubal person.
I
Um,
try to bring positivity mostly to people. That's what I do.
we love it. We love it, and sharing your art is definitely doing that. Another creative outlet for you too is it also involves your hands, except this time with knitting.
Oh yeah.
What do you use? What yarn? Is that
Yeah.
the
Oh
thing I'm
yeah. I
looking
got
for?
I got a whole stack right here. Like right now, this is like my Halloween scarf. So we like to.
Whoa.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm such a fidgety person. Like I don't know. There's something with my hands. So knitting, I took up knitting, and it's something creative and something fun. I mostly give them all away. Anything I make. So my great
There's
grandmother actually started knitting for like babies at the hospital. Like blankets, booties, hats, and stuff. And so
yeah.
it kind of got passed down. Generation to generation. My mom taught me how to knit and sew and do all that stuff. So yeah, it's
It's a
another thing.
cool talent to have. And I think there's a bit of a renaissance of knitting going on because in my feed, I've been getting crochet outfits for some reason. Like people showing off, like they'll make pants or they'll make dresses or hats and stuff. And there's all these crochet and knit clothing that I keep getting in my feed. So I don't know. I've got a respect for it though. So more power to you.
Thank
Um,
you.
what is the most out there or creative thing that you think you've ever knit?
Oh, I'm not that great of a knitter, but I think the most like project I've done is a blanket. I know that sounds weird, but if you think about it, you're knitting knots in a row for a long time. It took me months to do, but yeah, it's something that I enjoyed. I ended up giving away to a friend, but I know it sounds crazy. I don't really knit that creatively. But I mean, again, I'm just getting into it, and hopefully, it'll be something. It's a really good outlet. Like it's very I don't know, therapeutic sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
zone out when you do it.
Doing it at all is creative, and I'm not going to let you downplay yourself anymore. Anytime you do in this conversation, I'm going to catch you. Okay, so we're here supporting Jubilee. So if you have not hit the favorite button on Jubilee, she's right there. She's in the box. She's out here writing poetry, doing a little knitting, and sometimes giving you the answer to the question you're stumped on, because you happen to also be a trivia maestro, or a master. So what's the story on that?
Oh, we love trivia. So, my really good friend Daddy, she used to do trivia. Well, she still does. We do trivia in her stream, and so we just started boxing up and doing trivia. And then all of a sudden, all these shows were like, be on our trivia show, be on our trivia show. I'm like, okay, let's go. We love a trivia. Like it's one of our favorite things. We played in my stream. There's all sorts. We love all that. So it's. I'm not saying I'm super smart. I just absolutely have all this useless information in my head. So my other good friend Jamie, she does Disney trivia in her stream. We just did it on Monday, so it was just so much fun to. I don't know. It's just kind of like you get all that useless knowledge out, and it's kind of fun. It's kind of a fun thing to do on our streams.
Let's set the stage. So I'm on Who Wants to Be a
Uh-oh.
Millionaire, and Jubilee is my phone a friend. What topic or what category are you hoping that I'm dialing you in for?
Anything literature, anything movie related. Got you. Got you.
Wow. Okay. So you not only like to write, but you like the history
Oh
and
yeah,
sphere around it.
absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I
Absolutely.
guess if you have a master's, you better, right?
Yeah,
It's a
I know.
bit. So that's a lot of commitment. What do you think is going back to the topic, because I think this might be an interesting take. What do you think is one of the most, if anything, misunderstood aspects of literature, or in writing?
I mean, some people like get scared of reading certain genres. Like, so I know a lot of my friends won't read Shakespeare, they won't read Chaucer, and it's kind of like if you read between the lines, a lot of that stuff was written for the middle class. You know what I mean? So a lot of people get scared to read that stuff. But if you like look and read between the lines, and yeah, okay, it's Old English, but you go back and you actually read between the lines, or even Dante's Inferno. I mean, it's literally so cool because you can relate to a lot of the stuff that's happening now. It's like, what do you call? It's just eternal. You know what I mean? So a lot of the topics
Yeah.
they wrote back then, is relevant now today.
I
So it's kind of nice,
mean,
kind of fun. It's a
who
puzzle almost sometimes,
who hasn't on whatever Sunday, had to go through the different circles of hell to save their lover? I mean, yeah,
right?
just basic, very relatable things. That's what Dante's Inferno is about. Okay, for those of you who are very confused why I just said that, what is your favorite piece of literature, if you had to pick, or maybe not your favorite, but something that comes to mind at least?
Oh, that's so hard. But I love poems. Mostly I know I like to write them, but I love Robert Frost. I love Alfred Tennyson, Walt Whitman. I'm all over the board with that stuff. John Keats, all those. I don't know. All those guys are just amazing. It's just I don't know. I tend to love the romantic side of poetry, but when I'm reading like for fun, I like to read a lot of mysteries, scary, like Stephen King. It's weird.
Ooh,
I'm all over the place. I have over like 2,000 books, and I won't give them up. People
there.
keep saying, you already read it. Why do you keep it? It's like, that's my kid. Would you give up
Oh,
your kid? No.
I mean, different things are important, and yeah, kids are important, I guess, right? Right. Stephen King, though, funny you bring him up. There is a movie coming out based off of a short story that he did. It involves having to walk. That's all I know, and you can't stop walking. But the reviews are going crazy for it, so I'm really excited to see it. It's supposed to be a pretty big thriller.
Yeah, it was based off he had a few short story books. I mean, he has quite a few of them, but it's called The Long Walk. It's a really
Hmm.
good short story if you guys ever have a chance to read it. It's not very long to read it, but yeah, it's a really good. It's really sad, but it's really good. It's a really yeah. I mean, a lot of people don't realize he didn't write just scary books. He wrote a lot of other books. Like Stand by Me was based on The Body by Stephen King. The Shawshank Redemption, The Green Mile. A lot of books that
Yeah.
aren't scary, but very good.
Even his son is in on the action. I don't know if you're familiar with Black Phone, but that was
Yeah.
a movie and short story that his son wrote. So yeah, I guess when you
Owen,
got
yeah,
it, you got it, and he's got so
right.
much talent that it's transcended even just himself. It's gone to his family. Um, Jubilee, there are many things we can talk about. One of them being that people need to be favoriting you. So if they have not, make sure that you're hitting the favorite button on Jubilee. But number two, is there anything that's important to you, something that you hoped would get surfaced in our conversation today, or at least a slice of you that you hope people would know about you leaving this conversation?
Well, I mean, I mostly came on here. I live in a really small town. I'm talking really small. Like it's very remote, very, 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 very small. And I came on here to make friends and have a community. And I absolutely love the community I belong to. I mentioned Jor before. I belong to her family, the TWO family. There's a lot of people that I have really good friends on here that I've met. Sydney, Jamie, Mel, all you guys, Broken, Jenny, like all you guys in here right now, like spamming my mushrooms. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm trying not to cry. Audacity Daddy, like it's been 3 years since I started streaming, and it's just been so neat. I started as a gifter myself.
You're there.
You're there.
Nope, I lied. Jubilee. No, okay. Jubilee in the middle of of her of her heartfelt testimony of her experience here. Make sure that you're hitting the favorite button on her. We'll be sure to jump her back in the box here. But why don't we do this part now? I'll do this one. Thank you for being here. We've had 3 fantastic guests today. We're not done with Jubilee unless she doesn't re-request the box. But I want to say thank you to you for being here. Again, I always say you can do anything in the world with your time, and you're choosing to spend it here with us. But another person that you're spending your time with right now is Jubilee. She's back in the box. So go on with your story. So you're
I'm
talking about
sorry.
the
I always
friends that
forget
you.
to plug in my phone, and that's what happens. I swear it does it like twice to me. I always forget to plug in my phone. I apologize.
Okay,
But yeah,
that's
no,
okay.
I just wanted to say like the communities that we've built up here, like even Cass. I love Cass so much. I've gotten to know her for a while here, and a lot of these folks are kind of like my kids. That's why I have the bear in my name, because it's like a mama bear type thing. A lot of people, when they come to my stream, it's very safe. People come and relax and have fun and just hang out. We do like scavenger hunts, on occasion. We do questions. We play music. I love it when people come to my stream and just get in the box and play their music. It's so much fun. I don't know. We just all have a really good time.
Yeah, yeah. And you definitely have succeeded at that with the people and friends that you've made. So you've got a lot to be proud of. One of the things that I love to hear and see is how people are able to develop the confidence, or at least in the lane of being in this box or making friends with complete strangers across the world. This place really does make the world so much smaller, and it is a thing unlike anything I have ever experienced. Obviously, I've been here a long time and I've not found anything else like it. So I'm happy that you found your own little slice of it too.
Yeah, I really
Anything
enjoy
else?
Mutiny. Yeah, I really enjoy Mutiny. It's a really good place to have a community and kind of, get a group of your tribe basically, and just I absolutely love it here.
Yeah. And we love that you're here because you help make it what it is. All those people that you named off as being your friend, well, you're their friend too. And that can only exist by you all being here together. Jubilee, any other things, last things you'd like to say or plug while we've got you here?
Okay, so Emoji J said that he didn't get to see his golden ticket. I have a story too. So
Oh,
last year, I didn't have this stream set up. I didn't have a stand or any ring light, nothing. I was literally streaming from my hand. I was literally just carrying it everywhere, and I was goofing around one night. My friend was in the box, and somebody was spamming those golden, those chocolate bars, and I got the golden ticket. I got so
whoa,
excited. I dropped my phone, ended the whole stream, and it was a 2 million one too. Didn't get to see it.
whoa.
Biggest gift on the app, and
I mean, no one's gonna blame you. No one's gonna blame. Like if that's gonna happen, and I think that's the one for it to happen too, right?
I tell you what, Jor literally bought me a ring light the next day, so we are now official streamers.
I think with the 2 million diamonds, I think you get a couple ring lights, so that doesn't work out too
I
bad.
just want to encourage everybody, because I actually have a huge stage fright, and streaming was very hard for me at first. But I want to encourage everybody: don't feel like you can't get up in here. You can't. I love doing shows now. I love love all of this. I love being in everybody's streams. I love boxing up with people. You guys just, like Cass said, just all got to be like kind to each other and just support each other and just have fun. That's all it's
Yeah.
about.
I think the first time's the hardest time. If being on a stage or public speaking is not your thing, I think the first time is the most difficult time. But someone told me most things just require 10 seconds of bravery. So if you can be brave for 10 seconds, most things you can get through. So thank you, Jubilee, for being here. I'm
Thank you,
so
Chris, for
happy that
having me. Thank you for
yeah,
having me. Thank you.
definitely. I'm really happy that you were put on Ari's radar and my radar. So thank you for being here. Hit the favorite button on Jubilee. Thank you so much for being here. Had a great
Thank
time
you,
talking with you.
Chris.
Much love. That's Jubilee. She's there. She was in the box. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, my name's Chris. Thank you for being here. Again, anything in the world you could be choosing to do, you're choosing to spend your time here. Man, this jacket just looks huge on me. Why is that so big? But anyway, the thing I want to say is if you have not hit the favorite button, I don't blame you, but I hope that you hit the favorite button on the people who were in the box. If you want to stay connected with me, my Instagram's linked right here. It's right up there. You can click it. I'm going to stay on for a couple minutes after to go over some cool stuff and show you some neat things. But before we do that, I want to shout out these 10 people. Thank you so much for all that you do, helping to support the show, helping to support the guests. To Culinary, Malbell, Lucifer, Valkyria, I Am Bizzo, Brody, Cass, Bebe, Click, Party, and Ice Goddess. Thank you all so much for your generosity and helping to support the show and support the people here. Also, thank you to you for just being here. You are what makes the show possible and why people want to be on here, so that there's an audience to be able to talk to, and you're doing that. So with that is the show. I am 95% sure that there will not be a show next week because I will be traveling. I will be out of town. So this may not be, I think, yeah, this next week. So I'll confirm. I got to confirm with Ari. Sorry, Ari. She's like, no, MagicCon's not yet either. Okay. What else am I gonna say? So now that it's over, we're past 10 here. I want to say to anyone who's ever streamed our music, thank you. We hit a really big milestone today, actually. We hit 5,000 monthly listeners on Spotify alone, which is huge for us. We've never had that many monthly listeners. Our numbers are going up great. Every day we're getting like couple hundred new listeners and at least like around like 300-400 more plays every day, and so it's just really cool to see this growth happening. We have our newest single that's out. It's called Hurt Like Me. This is the single art for it. It is our fastest growing song that we've ever put out. So that's the name of it. We keep it on deck. Prior to that, we put out a single called Nothing, or no, that's not it. This one's called Point Blank. That's one called Point Blank. But yeah, we're on Spotify. That's where we request that people go. I also want to say thank you to everyone who came to our show. We had some people visit and do the show, people driving from out of town. That was so cool. It's just really cool to have something that's been a dream of mine and my friends for so long actually coming to fruition through a lot of years of writing and hard work. So really do appreciate it. Much love to you. Thank you for helping to support it and make everything possible. Whether you tuned into one song and were like, I don't like that you're doing all that screaming, or that you shared it with a friend, or whatever you did. I really do appreciate it. Some crazy cool things are happening on the platform. Rundown this Friday will be a good one. We've got lots of great updates for you. Looking forward to that. That's going to be Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you happen to be from across the pond on Tagged, that's 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, thank you for making the trip over here to say hello. Do appreciate that. Want to shout out seeing Letitia and Culinary and Frank Lucas and Cass and Lexi and Vibes and Italian Chica and Emoji J and Lexi right there. Thank you so much for hanging out. I want to shout out Emoji J, Cass, and and Jubilee for being on the show tonight. Really do appreciate that. T-Dogs right there. Much love. So yeah, also breaking news, haven't announced this before. We've got our newest song. It's called Nothing to Spare, and it is dropping on it's dropping in 21 days is what I can tell you. 21 days. It's the Friday coming up. It's the 26th. 26th. It's going to be dropping. Right. Yeah. That song is called Nothing to Spare. And for the people who've heard it, they said it's their favorite one. So I'm excited. We purposefully rolled out our latest songs in this order because we thought each one was going to be bigger than the last, and we were right. Also excited to announce, I don't know if any of you have heard this, but our band is opening up for Vended, which we're really excited about. If you haven't heard of Vended, they happen to be hot on the rise right now. They're on tour with Mudvayne, and who else are they on tour with right now? Empty Shell Casing and a few others. They are I don't like bringing this part up because I think it discredits them as musicians. But people people many times know them by their parents. So Corey Taylor, the singer of Slipknot, his son is the singer of Vended, which is pretty sick. So we're excited to open up for them, and we're really excited for Vended. They've been blowing up recently. Have some really cool music videos. Music video for Hurt Like Me will be coming out here shortly. We thought it'd be here by now, but it is not. Anything that we want to shout out or say hello about before I hop off today? Now that I'm looking at the chat. I do not have Pokemon socks on right now. Thank you, Spooky. Oh, can you see the duffel bag prototype? It would require me getting up to go get it. Hi, Big. My name is Vis now, though. My name is Vris. Hi, Lucid. What else do we got? Yeah, the 90210 is not happening. Not right now. I did actually find some 90210 cards today, though, Lexi. That's funny. Yeah, that's Stone Sour, Beth. Which is Corey Taylor. That's his other band. Milestones are being worked on. More to come. The other updates ended up shifting up to be released first. Oh yeah, I didn't mention the name of the band. Our band's name is called Cause for Conflict. And if you're looking to stream any of the music, you should stream this one. This one's called Hurt Like Me. And that's our logo. You can find us on Spotify. No, I have not bought more 90210 cards. I've not done that. In fact, I haven't bought much of anything except for band gear lately. I have been buying this. Has science gone too far? This is zero sugar ice cream sundae flavored A&W root beer. You got it. You got Evolving Skies in a 10. Did you pay Evolving Skies prices, or did you get really lucky? Yo, dude, that's so sick. Did you keep them sealed? Don't lie. You opened it. You opened that right away. You're like, Evolving Skies. You opened one of them. For context, for those of you who don't know, there's a set of Pokemon cards that came out in 2021 or 22. And like all Pokemon sets, it retailed for like, $4 a booster pack. If you want one pack of Evolving Skies, it'll cost you $30 to $40 these days. So if you can find a pack hidden inside a 10, so sometimes Pokemon will sell these sealed 10s. Most cases, what's in the 10, but sometimes they'll have old back stock in them. The reason it's so expensive is because there's some really, really coveted cards in that set, but your chances of opening those cards are extremely low. So you're better off keeping them sealed. I have a whole collection of Evolving Skies that I'm just going to keep tucked away in a corner for probably ever and ever and ever. But yeah, so great. Had a great time hanging out with you today. Much love. Please do stream with respect. I'll be quit hitting the Charizards, man. That's so cool. That Charizard's been hot lately. 151. I've got a good little. I mean, most modern sets I have a good little stock set aside, but 151. I'm scared to know where it's going to be at in like 5 years. Like 5 years from now, what's a pack of 151 cost? Like that's so for those of you who don't know, the original set of Pokemon had 151 characters or 151 Pokemon, and in 2023, I believe it's 2023, Pokemon released Pokemon 151 that featured all 151 original Pokemon, and people, including myself and culinary, absolutely love it. Culinary, if you're trying to collect one of each pack, you might want to you should try and do it graded, because you don't want them resealed, but also get a PSA 10. And then are you gonna do the first editions, or are you gonna do one of every art? You could also do sleeved boosters. Some people do sleeved boosters. I have an ETB collection. You don't care about this. If you're watching this right now, there's a really good chance that you don't care about anything that I'm saying. But anyway, thank you for being here. If you want to stay connected, my Instagram's linked up here. Cause for Conflict is a great band to stream. Really do appreciate it if you take the time to check out one of our songs. Much love to you. I hope to see you Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until next week, please stream with respect. Oh, wait, no, until Friday. Please stream with respect. Much love to you, and I'll catch you then. Cheers.